Hello, I am Akshata Kumbar and welcome back to the Daily News Bulletin of Jagran English. Let's begin with the first big story of the day. Delhi government today rejected the mercy plea of Mukesh, one of the convicts in the 2012 Nirbhaya rape and murder case. The mercy plea was then forwarded to Lieutenant Governor, who has now sent it to Union Ministry of Home Affairs. The four convicts, Vinay Sharma, Mukesh Kumar, Akshay Kumar Singh and Pawan Gupta, were to be hanged on January 22 at 7 a.m. in Tihar jail. The Delhi High Court yesterday had refused to stay death warrants after the Delhi government informed it that it can't hang convicts on January 22 because one of the convicts, Mukesh, had filed a mercy plea. The Delhi government told the court that they will have to wait for the mercy plea to be decided to execute the convicts, adding that none of the four convicts can be executed on January 22 unless the mercy plea is decided. This came 2 days after the Supreme Court dismissed the curative plea of Mukesh and Vinay. The mercy plea was rejected by a 5-judge bench of the Supreme Court, which was headed by Justice N.V. Ramana. Nirbhaya's parents had welcomed the court's decision, saying that their daughter will finally get justice on January 22. The four convicts were sentenced to death for raping and murdering a 23-year-old woman on a moving bus in Delhi on the 9th of December 16, 2012. The victim, who was later given the name of Nirbhaya, died at a hospital in Singapore where she had been airlifted for medical treatment. The verdict was pronounced by a Delhi court. The four accused reportedly had broken down after hearing the court's order. Chief of Defence Staff General Bipin Rawat today pitched for strong global action against states sponsoring terrorism, saying there is a need to take the bull by its horns and strike at the root cause. In an address at the Raisina Dialogue, General Rawat also said there is a need to take a hardline approach in dealing with terrorism, the way the US went after terror groups after the 9/11 terror attacks, adding that the countries which are sponsoring terrorism cannot be a part of global fight against terror networks. On containing radicalization, the Chief of Defence Staff said it can be checked if right persons are targeted, adding there was a need to confront the ideology of radicalization. Talking about the situation in Afghanistan, the former army chief said that for a peace deal, the US would need to negotiate with Taliban, adding that they must come to a political mainstream. In his stern jibe at Pakistan, he said that any country which is sponsoring terrorism has to be taken to task, adding that the measure adopted is of blacklisting by FATF is one good measure. He also spoke about the Chief of Defence Staff position and said that the rank is the first among equals, but he has got clear and well-defined responsibilities. Rawat said that he has some authority over the three service chiefs except on operational issues. Pakistan's bid to raise the issue of Jammu and Kashmir at the United Nations Security Council through its all-weather ally, China, once again fell flat yesterday as the most countries said the issue needed a bilateral discussion between the two neighbouring countries. According to media reports, the US, UK and France were of the view that the Kashmir did not need to be discussed at the UNSC and should instead be settled bilaterally. Meanwhile, India slammed Pakistan, asserting that Islamabad needs to focus on the hard tasks it has to address in order to ensure normal relations with India. China yesterday had made the fresh pitch to raise the Kashmir issue under other matters during close consultations in the Security Council consultations room. Reacting to this, India's permanent representative to the UN ambassador, Syed Akbaruddin, said that Pakistan's practice of using false pretenses to distract from addressing the malaise that afflicts it has run its course. We hope that Pakistan pays heed to the clear signals sent out here today and focuses on the hard tasks it has to address in order to ensure normal relations with India. The current move by China was the third such attempt since August, when the special status granted to Jammu and Kashmir under Article 370 of the Constitution was scrapped by the government and the state was bifurcated into two union territories. In August, China pushed for a UNSC meeting on Kashmir after the government scrapped J&K special status. However, the meeting did not yield the desired results for China, as the member states maintained that India's move was an internal issue. With this, I conclude the Daily News Bulletin for today. We will be back tomorrow with more big stories of the day. You can also log on to english.jagran.com to catch all the developments of the day. You can follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram and YouTube. Thank you. Goodbye.